Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse today, Monday, July 29th, 2024. Now, this is not the Trump docket. This is the Supreme Court docket. This morning, still President Joe Biden published an op-ed in the Washington Post calling for term limits on Supreme Court justices, and that, which is not the case currently, and that sitting presidents be allowed every 2 years to nominate a new justice. It's unclear to me, at least, why this proposal is not being applied as a proposal. That is, I think that there's very little chance that it's enacted. It's kind of more of a staking some terrain. But why isn't it applied to appeals court judges and federal district judges? We're going to continue to wait and hear. But I don't think it's going anywhere. But it's telling in some way. Now, back in the actual working of the courts. We're covering the Manaf trial here. It's an almost otherwise uncovered trial of a man who tried to, accused at least, of trying to bring in 500 kilograms of heroin from Afghanistan and paying the money to the Taliban and the Haqqani network. Watch this space. We're covering that trial closely. There's also what's called a Fatico hearing this morning. It's kind of they're disputing loss amounts, role adjustments before sentencing of a man called David Cardona in the ICOMTech crypto scam. In another crypto scam, of course, FTX, as we reported on Friday, the government is asking for more time to try to see if it can claw back money from various PACs, including Emily's List and First Forward, Fast Forward, Forward, that took the money from FTX. Are they going to get the money back? We don't know. Ryan Salome, if you remember him, he was one of the donors. He actually was donating to the right. That was his, at least that's how it was portrayed. He's asked for, and I believe will get, an extension with government support of his surrender date. He was attacked by a dog. I also think he's online saying that he's going to finally spell out why he and FTX shouldn't have been prosecuted. So it's kind of a dual pronger. I don't know, maybe he's not appealing, apparently. Maybe he is appealing. In any event, acceptance of responsibility, that's a big concept in sentencing. Now, these are kind of dry, but they are things. One is these NYCHA, New York City Housing Authority prosecutions. There were 70 cases brought, and people have been pretty routinely pleading guilty. Some have gotten up to 2 years. The case, as it turns out, began in 2022. That's something we're still yet to it seems like they did 2 in 22, and then they got a lot more facts, and they went after 70. Now the Supreme Court, this is coming full circle, its decision in Snyder has led at least 2 defendants to say they're not going to plead, or they may not plead. They want to make a motion under Snyder. I was looking into it a little bit, and it turns out the reason that everyone isn't doing that is that it takes the plea offer off the table. The plea offers are based on there being no discovery, and to really do the Snyder thing, you have to do discovery into when did the person take the money described as a bribe or under Snyder as a gratuity. So you're rolling the dice. That's why only 2 of 70 so far have rolled the dice, but we're all over it. And there's another one where a Judge Gardafield, a highly respected judge, suppressed, as we reported, in a case called Silva. He suppressed a blue iPhone he said that yes, there was a crime alleged, but no one tied it to the phone. Well, his suppression decision was cited over the weekend in the case that we've reported on by Israeli of organized crime alleged figure Eran Hiya, fighting off both extradition and passport or citizenship fraud. He wants his phone suppressed based on the Silva decision. So the government is saying that they might appeal the Silva decision, interlocutory appeal, and I think they will, because if not, Hiya and them are going to do it. Meanwhile, the UN, absolutely, they were silent. Of course, we report on the Venezuela election, which, big surprise, Maduro has declared victory. But also, over the weekend, these rockets on the Golan Heights, nothing from Antonio Guterres. This is a man taking more than $400,000 a year, I believe, tax-free. He's on a junket, and he can't get it together. He left underlings to comment without naming who fired the missiles. Absolutely shocking. We've asked to return. We've had Quinn Emanuel and Dwayne Morris writing letters. No response from the UN. Totally unaccountable, but we will not cease. But for now, we're back in to the Manaf trial. To be continued.